Yehovah Eloheinu Svaot, Kadosh, Kadosh, Kadosh. Please lead me with the Ruach HaKodesh, that I may speak your written words with boldness to those who listen. I ask all these things in Yeshua HaMashiach's name. Amen. We'll start with the Shema, listen and obey. Children of Yehovah, pay careful attention and respond. Yehovah is our power and authority. Yehovah works in unity with himself, and you shall act upon your love to Yehovah with your power and authority, with your thoughts in mind, with your entire body, and with all the muchness that you have. Yod, Hey, Vav, Hey. Hand, behold, nail, behold. Deuteronomy chapter 25. If people have a dispute, seek its resolution in court, and the judges render a decision in favor of the righteous one and condemning the wicked one. Then, if the wicked one deserves to be flogged, the judge is to have him lie down and be flogged in his presence. The number of strokes is to be proportionate to his offense, but the maximum number is 40. He is not to exceed this. If he goes over this limit and beats him more than this, your brother will be humiliated before your eyes. You are not to muzzle an ox when it is treading out the grain. If brothers live together, one of them dies childless, his widow is not to marry someone unrelated to him. Her husband's brother is to go to her and perform the duty of brother-in-law by marrying her. The first child she bears will succeed to the name of his dead brother, so that his name will not be eliminated from Israel. If the man does not wish to marry his brother's widow, then his brother's widow is to go up to the gate to the leaders and say, my brother-in-law refuses to raise up for his brother a name in Israel. He will not perform the duty of a husband's brother for me. The leaders of his town are to summon him and speak to him. If, on appearing before them, he continues to say, I don't want to marry her, then his brother's widow is to approach him in the presence of the leaders, pull his sandal off his foot, spit in his face, and say, this is what is done to the man who refuses to build up his brother's family. From that time on, his family is to be known in Israel as the family of the man who has his sandal pulled off. If men are fighting with each other and the wife of the one comes up to help her husband get away from the one attacking him, grabbing the attacker's private parts with her hand, you are to cut off her hand. Show no pity. You are not to have in your pack 2 sets of weights, one heavy and the other light. You are not to have in your house 2 sets of measures, one big and the other small. You are to have a correct and fair weight, and you are to have a correct and fair measure, so that will prolong your days in the land Yehovah your God is giving you. For all who do such things, all who deal dishonestly, are detestable to Yehovah your God. Remember what Amalek did to you on the road as you were coming out of Egypt, how he met you by the road, attacked those in the rear, those who were exhausted, and strangling behind when they were tired and weary. He did not fear God. Therefore, when Yehovah your God is giving you rest from all your surrounding enemies in the land Yehovah your God is giving you as your inheritance to possess, you are to blot out the memory of Amalek from under heaven. Don't forget. How can we learn to love our Creator after reading this interesting 25th chapter of Deuteronomy? We can seek justice for the righteous. Be gentle with animals that work for you. Love your brother. Do not take the life from a man's seed. Be fair in your measurements. Deal honestly in all things. Fear God. Trust it is God that gives rest. Trust in God to give you an inheritance. How can we love others as Yeshua loves us? We can share that it is God who gives rest. Bear one another's burdens. We can love your brother. Produce spiritual fruit, love, joy, peace, patience, kindness, goodness, faithfulness, humility, self-control. We'll end this Friday night Shabbat, the start of Sukkot, with the Aaronic blessing using the name. Yehovah will kneel before you presenting gifts, and he will guard you with a hedge of protection. Yehovah will illuminate the wholeness of his being toward you, bringing order, and he will provide you with love, sustenance, and friendship. Yehovah will lift up the wholeness of his being and look upon you and will set in place all you need to be whole and complete.